Hello, this is Bill Eagle from North Central Educational Service District with another eVAL support video. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use the teacher perception surveys available in the eVAL application. And I'm logged into the eVAL sandbox for this demonstration as Teacher A. You would, of course, see your name and not Teacher A when you log in. So over on the left hand side where all the menu items are, down closer to the bottom is the perception surveys menu. And when I click there, I'm going to get two tabs at the top, an overview and then some information about the actual surveys. This overview is, I think, important to read. It talks about the development of the survey questions, the number of students that were involved in focus groups and in developing these questions. And it also talks about the use of the perception surveys. In particular, while teachers can decide to share the results of student perception surveys with their evaluating administrator, you should know that the results are better protected from public records request if they are in fact discussed with an evaluator. Doesn't mean the results have to be shared, but if the teacher has a conversation about what they notice in the results that has created some interest in changing their practice or impacted their instruction in some way, having that conversation with an administrator is a great protection from public records requests related to perception surveys. So again, this overview talks a little bit about that, as well as how the surveys were designed. And let's build a survey. I click on the surveys tab, and over at the right, I've got a button that allows me to add a survey. So I'm going to click there to get us started. And you'll see that we're in the edit perception survey mode. The blue status bar at the top tells us the survey is under construction. I can give the survey a title that will allow me to reference it. And maybe this is my Algebra 1 class, period 3 students that are going to take this particular survey. And then I am on to choosing the statements that I want on the survey. So what you'll have here is, for your framework, a list of survey questions that you can choose from. And I can decide to choose all of these questions. There are a lot of them, or I can decide to pick and choose the ones I would like to kind of customize my survey. So for example, I might go through and choose this question on providing examples of excellent work so I understand what is expected of me. And when asked, I can explain why, what I'm learning and why. So whatever questions I decide to choose on my survey from among these categories, I simply click on those items. So I'm going to go through and just randomly click on a few of these that I might want to include in a survey. If you are in a focus form year, these surveys give you a lot of options to dig a little deeper into your particular focus area, but they're also great for comprehensive form information as well. So I could continue to click here. I think I've got quite a few here, which is going to be enough for our example. So forgive my scrolling, but we're back to the top here for my Algebra 1 period 3 survey. Maybe I want to look at the survey that I've created. The Show All Statements dropdown also has an option to show the survey statements only. So if I click that, it will give me a look at just the survey questions that I've chosen to include. That is the ones that we clicked a moment ago as indicating we wanted on our survey. So you can get a quick look before you're ready to send this out at what your survey questions are and make any edits that you feel appropriate before you're ready to open the survey. When you're feeling good about the questions you've chosen and you're ready to give the survey, you've got some options. I can preview the survey. And when you hit the preview button, you get to see the scale that's used on the survey. And so in eVAL, they use this scale that ranges from strongly disagree to strongly agree. And students will see the survey just as you see it here when they have an opportunity to respond. So the survey looks good. I think I'm ready to go. Let me go back to the edit, and now I'm ready to click open the survey. So when I click open, you get a little dialog box that tells you what's going to happen when you open the survey. And basically, you're creating a public URL that students can use to access the survey. The survey will stay open until you temporarily close it or complete the survey, which will close it for good. If you decide to temporarily close the survey for some reason, you can reopen it, provided you have not completed the survey. So I'm ready to open the survey. I'll go ahead and click yes. And when you've done that, you get a URL at the top. And that link can be used by students to access your survey. When you send it to them via email, etc., they can click on the link and you get something that looks like this. So this is what the student would actually see for the survey I've created. And I'm going to go ahead and respond to this survey real quick, give myself some good scores here. And you also have the option to include demographic information in the survey if you wish. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that information in as well. So I've completed the survey as a student, and I'll go ahead and click done. They'll get a little thank you for participating, and immediately you will see results in eVAL. Now, you'll see aggregate results for students, and to see those results, I can refresh results, and you see now that I've got a little bar graph showing some information about the survey that I've completed. Now, at this point, I'm the only one that's completed the survey. As more students complete the surveys, you could continue to click refresh results to get a nice view of how the data from the surveys is coming in. When you are confident that the students who you've asked to complete the survey have in fact finished it, you can refresh the results a final time, get that look, and decide to complete the survey. When I complete the survey, I will get a final summary of the results. You can see here on the screen, I get view perception survey results that will show my updated bar graph with all of the student results. Again, what you're seeing here is only one student. It's me that filled out the survey for this example, but you can see all the results for students who've completed. And then in fact, you can create a PDF by clicking this button, and that will give you a detailed look in a PDF format for your survey that you can take with you outside of the eVAL application. You can see it's downloading here. For me, let's click that open and give you a look. So here is kind of what that PDF looks like. You get the data bar graph from your survey, nice printed out that you can take with you and use for your evaluation if you choose to do that. When you're getting ready to deliver a survey to students, you may want to use some information that's provided on the overview tab about how to present the survey to students. If you click here at the bottom, there is a template script that you can use to introduce the perception surveys to your students. It looks something like this. It can be read directly to students when they take the survey. It's a great way to introduce the survey if you would like a template to get this thing started with your students. Okay, that gives you an idea of how to use perception surveys in eVAL. Please reach out to your local ESD if you have additional questions.